inside the block. Turn him over again. Booker scoops it up. Booker brings the boom.
It's the NBA Hardwood show on the Run Pure Sports YouTube channel. Man, we would have been actually on time or somewhat on time, but I can't get this dude to shut up in the back before we go on. All he wants to do is talk hoops before we go on, and I just yell at him. I'm like, Tony, let's just do this live on the show. Every single time we go through for like 5 to 10 minutes talking hoops that everyone wants to hear, and we got to do it again for the people. It's like we're rehearsing. Why are we rehearsing in the back, Tony?
That's your fault. You run the show. You're the boss. You hit the start button. I don't want to hear you blame it.
I hit the start button. I hit the start button.
And
Well, you're the man. You're the man who won 22K yesterday when some Showdown giblets talking about Jimmy Butler, all the stars. Your boy Steven Adams was on the winner. I think honestly too, talking about that game, we hit that game pretty good just overall.
No, we more than hit it good. It was perfect because it was Peyton and Adams, which even on the so first of all, we need to fix the intro. We got to talk to Wiley. We can't have Booker on our intro all playoffs. Like all playoffs, I can't listen to freaking Booker. I hate him since last year when you owned me with Minnesota versus Phoenix.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite guy. He's your man.
I can't have Booker all playoffs. I can't hear that every day when we do these shows. In the boom, Booker, you're at home. You didn't even make the freaking play-in game. Like you can't be on our graphic or our intro.
I agree with this, actually.
I mean, we got to figure out something with that. We got to get – it doesn't even have to be Jokic, the Nuggets jokes. It can be anybody. It just can't be Booker.
I want the ending to be Big T at that live final where he was doing this thing at the finish and stuff. That's what I want. Or him clapping. I want something like that. Booker. Give me my boy staring at the TVs, watching himself ship thousands, and him just doing the Jokic slow clap. I want that.
We should put Jokic shoving Markieff in the back, like something like that. That would.
And then you doing this in the video right after
anything
that.
But Booker, though. I mean, oh my god.
All right, we got ideas. We can bring them to Prez. Prez, you got to make this happen, though. We got ideas. We'll give you the ideas, and then you got to make it happen. I mean, give us Jimmy. Give us an actual
Jimmy
alpha.
Would be a good playoff one, yeah. I mean, anything. I mean,
Jimmy,
I don't even like
Ant doing the Spider-Man to Luka.
Like all the studs in all these teams. Definitely Ant, definitely some Celtics. Even
all the alphas. Luka doing Rudy Gobert dirty last year in the finals.
Yeah, that would be a good clip for sure.
That's what we need. See, we got ideas. We'll make this happen here. I agree with you. But back to the Showdown.
Michael next. Didn't we push Memphis guys? Well, you should sign up for the site and see if they were in our cores. I don't know. I was gonna tell.
I know one thing. I know one thing we said, which was we were higher on the two later games than the two earlier games.
That was literally the whole plan of the.
We did say that on the show. And I will say this too. The one early guy I did play was Zach Edey, and he sucked, but I still cashed with Zach Edey because I played Donnie Mitch, I played Jimmy Butler, I played all the good guys late.
Yeah. I mean,
even with Tyler Hero, I still cashed.
I didn't play any Memphis. So
you didn't play any Memphis too.
I played just the late. I said it on the show what I was going to do. Because I had the two values and I played Jimmy. And so it's the funniest thing.
Michael didn't watch the show, though, then, because we literally said the two late games. We started it.
He watched the beginning. We talked him up a little bit in the beginning, but then we went through the slate like we always do.
The strategy of the show, you got to watch the whole show. You know, like there was a very clear strategy. But anyways, continue.
I'm sure. But anyways, so this is funny because it shows I'm an idiot with stuff. So yesterday, obviously, is Easter. We do the show. I only played one team in the morning and then one team in the 2 game at night. And then Showdown, obviously. I played bigger in Showdown because I like the Showdown. But So I don't have any early guys, right? I only have both teams because obviously the late game's a 2-gamer and the 4-gamer. I didn't play anyone in the first 2 games, so I only had the late 2 games. And in the first game, I was going to play Hero and Donovan Mitchell. That was it. And then everybody else was going to be in the late game because I knew I was playing Adams and Peyton with the studs, and I was going to mix and match when I got home because when we got home from Easter, I was going to do my showdown teams, and I was going to edit my two main teams. So I'm driving home from Easter, and man, go text me. He's like, did you mean to play Javonte Green? I'm like, no. What do you mean? He's like, you played Javonte Green. I'm like, no way. What I did was I thought it was Jeff Green. So because he's in the late game, and someone in Discord was talking about it. So I just put him in there as like a default. And somehow I played Javonte Green. I'm like, oh my God. And it was in the utility. I was playing it on, but I still cashed because of the way the slate went. And somehow he got in the game. He because it was such a blowout, he got me a rebound or something. More than 0.
You ran so pure trying to play Uncle Jeff, and you played Javonte Green of all people.
And then he outscored Uncle Jeff, but I played so the guy that actually fit that I was gonna play on my build is also a scrub. What's the Warriors dude that plays a little bit the big? I'm drawing
Quentin Post.
Yeah, he was the same price though, so I was gonna play him, and he didn't do anything either, so it didn't really matter, and it still cashed somehow.
He is really bad, Quentin Post. Like, he does not need to be out there.
The only thing I like about him is he's not scared. He'll go in there and just drive and chuck it, and all these vets, and he's not scared at all.
I mean, he will chuck it, but I don't know. We were talking about that series though. How many likes for Big T Showdown Court for the playoffs?
So we'll get this up too. We'll put it on the slate builder. I mean, I'm not going to play every single day Showdown, but when I do, or when JSU does, we'll at least put it on the bottom of the slate builder to where we can, maybe one day he plays and I don't, or I do and he, it'll be there to where we can, when we play, we can put it up there, a core spot, and then some.
I will say, like today's Showdown, it's pretty big. It's 100K to first for the night game.
Yesterday, well, that's why I played it. It was huge. And again, we're gonna do these shows every day. So Showdown, I mean, I say the same thing. It's solved, man. And people want to fight it. Rubio, I'm looking at you, you freaking donkey, Gregory. You just play the stars every single time. I'm sure maybe there's a series where the stars aren't. I can't think of it without looking, but you play the stars and the captain, and you play the stars. And if that means you got to punt 1 spot or even 2 spots, you freaking do it. You don't play these mid-range Draymond Green captains. You just don't in the NBA. It's proven. It's done.
Especially, we were talking about this, but especially early, because everyone doesn't really know who from the bench is going to catch that golden run. Like Marvin Bagley is a great example yesterday. Yeah. No one played him. You said you looked for him, right? And you couldn't even find him on the slate.
I didn't look for him.
You didn't look for him.
I was never even thinking about playing him.
He had to be 1% owned.
Oh, I looked for him after the slate. Yeah, he was 0. No one played him.
He was 0. Okay.
Well, maybe in the big tournament someone played him, but in the 222 or something, no one played him. Not a single person. He was 0.
He smashed. He got the extra run. He stole run from Edie. He was playing well. They were getting blown out. It was the perfect combination of if you faded Edie, he actually made some sense, but not many people knew that coming in. Yeah. So if that was Showdown and you played Marvin Bagley somehow, you're shipping all the money with whoever star.
He was probably 1K too, I assume. He had to be.
I'm sure. In SGA didn't have a good game, Tony, but he probably would have been in the winner or close to it.
I mean, we're going to see it all playoffs where zeros in them. People are terrified to take a 0. Terrified.
You can still cash taking a 0. We've shown this
win the
over
whole
time.
Thing. I mean, you still in Showdown, not in the main slate.
I think with guys like Jokic, Giannis, those guys that have the massive ceilings, you can take a 0 easily and still win the whole thing. That's the key. So, and we got Nuggets tonight. Nuggets, maybe we'll talk a little Showdown.
The Nuggets are such a good Showdown team, especially when they're playing the Clippers, because I mean, you're going to have 3 or 4. You just can't play anyone else at captain. Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah, it's simple. You got 2 guys for the Clippers. You got 2 guys for the Nuggets.
Yeah, you got to put Jamal's got 68-point upside for sure.
Yeah. I was stunned. What do you think he scored fantasy-wise last game?
Jamal,
I was stunned when I saw.
He finished really good. So he had to have, in the high 40s.
You're 44. He was terrible early, like so bad.
But he made a lot of plays in the last stretch. He hit a bunch of threes.
It was like the last stretch, though. But I didn't realize like his peripherals were really good. I didn't realize like he had 6 and 9, I think, for his rebounds and assists or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, like I didn't even think about that. But yeah, so I guess you add him in, you got 4 studs. Simple enough. But yeah, nobody knows anything today's horrible NBA product. I mean, I think it's not nobody knows anything.
Get this dude out of here. I'm annoyed by this guy. He's getting see you, Michael. Stop polluting our chat. Yeah, that's that same guy trying to troll. Get him out of there.
I guess. But again, I think people do think that the NBA is super hard to predict. That the first round is because every matchup is different, Tony. Like every series is going to be different. Like Steven Adams, this series is a huge key. He might not be a key at all in the next series, just depending on who they play. It's just a fact.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that's what makes it fun for us, though.
It is.
The people like him, though, are just dumb. The people that are like, oh, the NBA, like haters for that kind of stuff are just, that guy's a donkey.
That's funny, too, because you'll hate on the NBA whenever you get a chance to.
For the regular season, I will. You'll never hear me for the playoffs.
No. Playoffs
the regular season, I definitely will.
I was talking about this with my uncle yesterday at Easter. I was like, playoffs are just a completely different animal. It's so fun to watch. Even the blowouts yesterday. We had a bunch of blowouts or games.
A couple of those were pretty bad.
They were bad, but I'm just saying it has a different feel to it when you watch it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's a different feel.
And that's why the blowouts happened, because the teams were locking down.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think of the games yesterday? Just overall, what'd you think? I mean,
they were pretty. They were pretty bad. I bet the dogs too. I think I lost all 4 games bets wise. I don't know why I took Houston. I tried to like force Houston.
Well, because you like them for the series, the price. So I think you just
I like the price, but I mean, it's still stuck in my head what you said when it was like they got the 2. Because I usually like to take the best player of the series. But you got the 2 best players. Like that's crazy to. And then when you actually think about Houston. And this will sound stupid if they come back and win the series, but I don't think there's any chance they do. Like they just don't have a guy, which isn't how you win in the playoffs. I mean, who's their guy?
The problem is their guy is not a good fit for the series. Their guy is Ahmed Thompson, and he's not a good fit for the series. Everyone's like he's going to lock up. I saw people on Twitter saying like he's going to lock up, defensively, Jimmy Butler or like. No, he's not. He's a great player.
Up in the modern NBA though, because you're just going to set screens until you get what you want.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, he's still not going to do that to Jim. It's not like he's going to stop Steph Curry or Jimmy Butler. Like he's not doing that. But he doesn't fit this series. And I was talking to you about it. I was like, what I would do if I was Houston, honestly, is play 3 of their 4 bigs all the time. Tari Eason, Jabari Smith, Şengün, and Steven Adams. Put 3 of those guys on the floor the entire game, because Golden State, their kryptonite is size. That's the only way I think Houston has a chance in this game, is to just overwhelm them with as much size as possible, and just hope they can make some outside shots. Because again, this goes to the Minnesota point I made with the Lakers, where all their role players were just hitting everything. The Houston guys couldn't make a shot. Fred VanVleet made 3 shots out of like 19. Jalen Green made like 3 out of 15. We're not winning games that way ever.
Yeah. I mean, they were terrible. Their only guys that were good were big. I'm sure they'll like, I'll definitely like Houston in game 2. There's always zigzag in the playoffs. But man, for the series, my Houston bets are in big trouble.
What do you think about the bigs though? Just overwhelming them, like playing 3 of those guys.
Their best. I don't know if Adams will play that good again. He was amazing, but you just have to. They're guys, man. The playoffs have a way of showing everyone their weakness because the coaches actually scout, and they got no back-to-backs. If you have a weakness, people are going to find it. In Houston, it didn't take long to find their weaknesses.
No, not at all. In Golden State, like I said, and now you're like, they have the two best players, like two alphas.
They're have the two best players in a lot of the series they play, so they're going to have a big advantage. I mean, Jimmy's been making the finals by himself. Steph pretty much won that Celtics thing. I mean, Wiggins was good too, but Steph was amazing.
Yeah, but now you have a better Wiggs, like literally Jimmy.
Yeah,
like you have
better Wiggs.
Way better. So
I didn't really give him a chance to win the title, but when you got those two horses, whew, man,
yeah,
they're tough.
They're tough. It's like, okay, who would you rather have, LeBron, Luka, or Steph and Jimmy?
I mean, it's right there with it. I mean, I guess I don't know. That's a tough one because
Ant and Julius Randle.
Have to take LeBron and Luka, I think, but those other two are tough.
Ant and Julius Randle. You're going to say Steph and Jimmy.
I mean, these aren't even like Jamal.
Jokic and Jamal.
I would definitely take Jokic and Jamal too. But again, like some of the intangibles, Denver's really weak besides those two.
Is that a little homerism right there?
No. You don't think Jokic and Jamal are better than those two?
Did you see the shots Steph Curry was making?
If Steph Curry's making
Steph Curry is making those type of shots, no one's beating them. This is again though. This is my
Jimmy
point.
Was making them too. Jimmy's not going to always make those.
I'm trying not to overreact though, because this is my game. Ones people overreact all the time,
definitely.
And that's why I try not to overreact with all the series when you have one team that made crazy shots and one team that clearly couldn't make anything.
We've learned this lesson a lot of years too. And I'm already overreacting like you are, because you can't overreact too much to game one.
You know what I'm overreacting to? I'm overreacting to the fact that Steph Curry is just, we always talked about like when LeBron's gone and his greatness. It's like, man, Steph Curry in a way got a little overshadowed by playing with LeBron, just like in the same era. It's like, he is so great. We're gonna like definitely miss it.
Magic though, it's both of their eras. LeBron's more known like as far as the era, but man, Steph's been just as good too.
Steph's great.
Good.
He's
I
so
didn't
amazing.
used to think that either. I wasn't a huge Steph guy early. He's gotten better since the Celtics series. He really wore on me even more. Like he's just, man, he's good.
Well, I think before that you were like, man, he had such good teams, but then he won that series, and you were like, I thought he was going like the opposite way, and he just totally went backwards on me, just like shoved in that series.
I mean, it's crazy how good he is.
Listen, Terry Niehaus, we're here to talk some hoops. We'll get into the slate when we're ready. Unbelievable. Big T's buying my lunch today.
Jokic is amazing. Wish he had help. Believe me too, Hal. I mean, it's MPJ. You're making $30 million a year, MPJ.
You just said you would take timeout. I'm not letting you get here. You just said you would take Jamal.
That's one dude, man.
Over Steph and Jimmy.
A healthy Jamal, and I would take a healthy Jamal.
Would you take Aaron Gordon or Draymond? No, let's play this game. Would you take Aaron Gordon or Draymond Green?
I would take Draymond by a mile.
Wow. Okay.
Draymond freaking.
You would rather have Draymond on the team with Jokic than Aaron Gordon?
Draymond's so good. Draymond's also old right now, man.
Okay.
Are you saying
no, but you're saying he has no help, and I'm saying you would rather take Draymond Green over Aaron Gordon.
Not right now. Second, or is it like the whole work of
right
body?
Now.
Right now, maybe I would have Gordon because Draymond is like old.
Okay, who's the Warriors next? Podziemski or Christian Brown?
Yeah, I'd rather have Christian Brown.
Man, we are rolling right now. Russell
Denver's better than Golden State. I like Denver over. If they play, I'll take Denver over Golden State.
But you just said he needs more help. It's like MPJ or Moses Moody.
They're not going to win a title.
MPJ or Moses Moody. You're taking MPJ all day, every day. Like,
what are we? I don't understand what your point is. I'm not.
My point is that you're saying he needs more. You're saying he needs more help
to win the title. Neither one of these teams are going to win.
Wait. you just said earlier that, man, Golden State might actually have a chance with these two alphas because they just have the two best players in most series.
And
So
Denver
I'm
will have a
telling
chance
you,
too if Jamal
if you
stays
take
healthy.
Jokic and Murray over those two, and you take all their role players over all of Golden State's guys comparably, then you don't think Denver's like cast besides Jokic and Murray aren't that bad, is my point. Because you just said Golden State has a real chance to win with those two guys.
Yeah.
So you have to like Denver's guys a little bit more. You would
I
rather
like Denver's
them.
guys enough, but they're not going to win the title with them.
You don't think they have a chance, Denver? Like no
If
chance?
Jamal stays fully healthy and plays good, they'll have a chance.
Yeah, I agree. I think they have a chance. I mean, dude, the Clippers
Jamal's
are a good
huge
team.
if though. Like I don't trust Jamal as much as I trust those two, but I think Jokic is way better than those two right now, this second.
I do, Terry. I do love turning his words on him sometimes. I listen, I caught him. I caught him live on the show. It's not my fault. Like I caught his
already
ass.
said,
I had
like
to get
three
him.
things you said were good points. This is what I still don't understand your point with this part though.
My point is that you said he needs a better
He's never had an
cast
all-star
around him.
teammate.
And I'm
That's
saying to you would rather take a lot of his cast than other teams like role players.
Because
is my
Golden
point.
State's role guys suck too. I mean,
Man, they're bad, bro.
Yeah,
They're bad.
Gary Payton is
but
like
the
one of their
Clippers
better
role
dudes.
guys are bad. The Clippers role guys aren't good. You take the Denver role guys.
I don't know. The Clippers. No, the Clippers. I don't think they got two like studs.
Bro, I'm
Zubac's
taking
a
Christian
stud.
Brown
Norman Powell's better than Christian Brown.
I'm taking Christian Brown is good, man.
I do love
I think he's
Christian
good.
Brown's the one I actually like. Like I love Christian Brown.
And I think Aaron Gordon fits so well with Jokic, so I like him more than like the third guys for a lot. Like you wouldn't take Norman Powell over Aaron Gordon. That's just my point.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I like the Nuggets. So you're using my team against me. I like.
I know. I know. I am. See, Spencer.
And another problem
Spencer is a Big T guy, and he said JSU is fired up today.
It's NBA time.
I know it is NBA.
One of my biggest issues with Denver, though, is still the thing. Everyone is mad at me. I hate Westbrook. I hate him. He kills me.
I still remember when they traded for him. You never talk NBA when it's not NBA season, not even regular season. When they traded for him, though, you texted me instantly, and you were like, "Oh my god!" Like you were dismay. Like there was just dismay in all the messages. You were not happy.
Painful.
Yeah, you were not happy.
And it makes me even more in pain that people like stroke him for that game one, which he made some big plays, but. I will say though, I do love his contract. I mean, the dude only gets $3 million a year. That's a great contract. And they're better with him too, obviously.
You know what you're getting though. He's going to give you good plays and bad plays.
I just don't want him closing. That's all I want. I do not want him in there the last 2 minutes. Like
you're in trouble, my friend. He's closing.
I'm half tempted to take the Clippers tonight too. I hate saying it, but I'm half tempted to get on the Clip show tonight.
I mean, I'm with you on Denver for the series, and I don't think the Clips are a bad bet
it's
tonight.
It's going to go 7 games, I think
it's going 7.
So, like, Denver's not just going to – I think they're all going to be close games. Whoever makes plays down the stretch. I
totally agree. I'm with you 100%. 7-game series. And we can kind of get into the slate here, Tony, because it's only 2 games. Detroit and New York and the Clippers in Denver. You want to start with Detroit, and then we'll get to the late game. We'll just go game by game. So 6.5 point spread. Games in New York. Detroit. I know you bet the Knicks for the series. I was on the other side for the series. Did anything in game 1 like surprise you in a way, like at all?
So we talked off the air about both these series, and I agree with you that both my teams that I took, I got lucky in game 1, and I'll admit it. I think the Knicks got lucky. I think the Nuggets got lucky, and I got lucky to win both of them with the series. But I think that the Clippers tonight, I'm not going to talk about that one a ton, but I think they could bounce back easier than Detroit. I think that loss to Detroit was a bad one for them. I mean, you had guys like Tim Hardaway Jr., 25 fantasy points. Schroeder played pretty good in 26 minutes. I mean, Malik Beasley had 36 fantasy points. Tobias Harris played 40 minutes and crushed. I mean, these guys played incredible. To not win with all your scrubs playing that good, I think is more problems for Detroit. So I actually like the Knicks more than I did before game one, just because they stole it. I think they played bad too, besides a few of their role guys really stepping up and when they needed them. But man, I don't see it with Detroit. I didn't like them. I like them even less now. And just looking at their roster DFS wise, I think you have to like. I mean, Cade, you're always gonna like, but it's tough on this slate because it's a 2-gamer, and I'm gonna like the Clippers guys and Jokic and Jamal, and I can't play Cade over those guys. So I think he's in play, but I think he'll be over-owned. Tobias is an interesting mid-range play just because they just don't have it. They need his veteran leadership, 40 minutes. I think he's definitely a little underpriced. Duran, I never trust him with fouls. Beasley, I mean, you can play these other guys, Beasley and Schroeder. Schroeder's only 4K. He played 26 minutes. I think these guys are okay plays. But again, a lot of times I'm just going to lean into the playoffs in the game I like more, and I just like some other pieces in that game. I do think you could play some of these cheapies, though. I mean, Tim Hardaway is still pretty cheap. Schroeder's cheap. I don't hate it. And then the Knicks side, I mean, the studs, they are what they are. Like Jalen Brunson looks cheap. I don't like him more than the next game, though, which is how I'm going to await a lot of stuff because these guys are going to get ownership, too. The mid-range guys are a little too expensive, too. OG 68, Josh Hart 69. Bridges, I'm never playing, like, ever. I can't imagine a time. One of the box scores that surprised me most the first game was just watching the game. I thought Mitch Rob was amazing. And then I looked at his final numbers. He only played 15 minutes.
No,
he played 18
played
minutes and 19 fantasy
right?
points, which is good for
18.
his price that last game. But I thought he was even better than that. I'm assuming maybe his plus minus was bad because I didn't actually look because they were struggling when he was in, and then they went on a run kind of when he wasn't. At least that's how I remember it. Could be totally wrong.
I mean, I remember it as Mitch Rob was a bit of a problem for Detroit just in general.
Yeah,
it didn't maybe show it in the full fantasy stats and stuff, but I think he's a guy. He's just so big, and especially Isaiah Stewart, who also is questionable. We have to add that he got banged up in the game, so we'll see what happens with him. But even their backup to Isaiah Stewart is Paul Reed. These guys are undersized centers. They're big, strong guys, but they're undersized. Mitch Rob is much bigger than them. So if Duran gets actually in foul trouble, which I think he's going to struggle with a lot of the series, Mitch Rob against their backup, I think, is a big plus for the Knicks.
So he was a -9 in that game when they won by 11, and he was a -9.
Dude, so I had the same thought as you, though. I
thought he was amazing, but when I saw the minutes, though, I'm like, we had to miss something. We had to in the matchup because he looked good, and then they went on that huge run when he wasn't.
So they had a huge run with Campaign, and
yeah.
so they
who was the plus 23.
Yeah. They stayed with him.
In the game.
I think he only came out with 3 minutes, 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So they rode Campaign for a lot. Mikal Bridges came in. He sat for a lot of that.
He was the biggest minus of the whole night, Mikal.
Yeah. You know what? When Cade got Mikal, it was easy for him to get to where he wanted to. When OG guarded Cade, it was very hard for him to score. OG made it extremely hard for Cade to score. When Bridges was on him, though, I felt like Cade got what he wanted. Whether he made the shot or not is irrelevant to me. I just felt like he had a much easier time when he got switched onto Bridges, and when he couldn't get OG off of him, he really struggled to get good shots. And
we should
I
have
think that's
a
a key.
list as we go through the playoffs where each team, the dude we hate the most and the dude we love the most. And man, Mikal Bridges is my Westbrook. My God, I hate him.
Yeah, you hate Mikal Bridges.
It's so bad. I always hate the defensive guys that just have no like offensive bag at all. I just those guys drive me nuts.
So just to add to what you were saying about this game, I don't know. Do you still have anything else here with this game, or anything else before I?
No, I mean, I don't love it.
One of the things that you brought it up, like, and this was one of the reasons I like Detroit as like a dog bet for the series, was I just thought they had a good mix of like young guys and role players and stuff like that. But you made a lot of good points about this game specifically. It's like, man, when all your role players do good, like I didn't think Cade played well. 6 turnovers. You know, he shot 8 for 21 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. I honestly thought he played worse than that too when I watched him. It just didn't look that great, to be honest with you. But all those role players playing that good and you lose that game, they won every quarter until the fourth. The fourth quarter, they just got owned. They pissed down their leg, and the Knicks took it over and then just ran away with it. And it wasn't even like Cat was amazing. I would feel better if like Cat owned them, right, Tony? If like, you know, Jalen Brunson just killed them the whole game. That's not even the case. Like Cam Payne came in and literally sparked the fire under them in the fourth quarter. And then, like, you know, OG was obviously really good in the game. Jalen Brunson had a better like end to the game. He struggled in the beginning, but it's just like, man, you had everything almost go your way and you still lost like that at the end. It's just a bad taste in my mouth. So I agree with you. Like, I think that was their game to steal in New York and they fucked it up. So I'm not saying they're dead for the series, because like obviously the game, they go back to Detroit after this game. So like, I think they still have a chance in the series, but I do think this game is probably the one that I worry the most about after the fourth quarter. But I agree with you on the studs,
man. You got to win those games, Detroit. You got to.
Cade was I'm telling you, like Cade was worse than what his numbers even say. Like
you obviously watched a ton more NBA than me this year. I didn't watch a ton towards the end. I look at this roster and I struggle with it, man. I really struggle with it.
Like Tim Hardaway, Malik Beasley was like one of the best, like six men off the bench. Obviously, he's a 6-man finalist. He was so good this year. Thompson had his moments. He was amazing. I mean, Tobias Harris giving you 25. Like, bro, when Tobias Harris gives you 25 and Malik Beasley gives you 20 and you don't win those games, I just worry about it. I really do. But we'll see. I mean,
I did want to talk about something too when you were talking about it, because I think we can take advantage of this. And I saw, God, who was it? BJ Armstrong or somebody on Twitter put this thing out, and I watched it.
That's a name.
Yeah, but he had a good little piece, and I noticed it just from watching the games. These refs are letting them play more than ever in the playoffs, which I absolutely love. But we can take advantage. I don't think people have realized it yet on unders. Just bet unders, because if they're letting them play this physical, and I think it's a mandate, like from wherever up top, that we're going to let them play. Because it was every game, at least that I saw. Every game there was no like ticky. Don't get me wrong, there's calls here and there, but overall,
bro, just watch the Knicks game. Watch Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson,
he was flopping everywhere.
Bro, when I tell you he throws his head back on offense and defense, every time he gets touched, he throws his head back. You'll never be able to unsee it once I start like rambling off about it, but it's every time when they don't give him that call, that's when you know, because they always give him that call every time he does it. And that's why
Please stop giving it to people. Let them play.
Yeah, it's like programmed though. He couldn't stop doing it, Tony. Like that,
because that's how they play. It's how that plays too. He'll do the same stuff.
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson. Let them play in the playoffs. But if it's true, we can make a lot of money off this early. Just bet unders, because I mean, there's going to be games that come 40 points under. Right now, they're going to adjust though. It's not going to last forever.
And I think that's one of the reasons why. And Cade's pretty physical, but OG is really physical, and they let OG, and OG's just he's a little stronger than Cade. You know what I mean? Like when you look, he's just a little stronger than Cade. And I think that's why though, when I watched it, Tony, I was like, wow, he's getting what he wants against Mikal Bridges. Why? Because Mikal Bridges is thin. He's not strong. And then when OG's on him, he's like, I can't get to my spots. Like I can't get anywhere I want. He's pushing me off my spot constantly. And it was causing him issues. So that was one thing. But for the DFS side, Tony, I think another guy that doesn't fit in the series a little bit is Mr. Oscar Thompson.
Yeah.
It's like Russ in a way. Good play, bad play. The big moments, he missed that dunk. There's definitely nerves, I'm sure, for him too. He's young. But man, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, Dennis Schroeder, they just fit it more. Like I'm playing those guys, even though Oscar played well at times on Jalen Brunson for defense. Like I think you need the scoring of the other guys. Like I just think that you need those shooters in the game, because I think Cade's going to struggle a little bit more to, get everything he wants offensively. So I think you need that extra help, with the shooters in there. And Oscar can't shoot. So I don't know. I'm probably throwing him out, Tony. I bet you he gets ownership today, 4,500.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I always like to watch the dynamic of how everything changes from game to game, because he did only play 23 minutes. The Pistons, both these teams played 9 guys, even though
trouble.
Holland only played 6 and Shamrod only played 10. But
Holland only got in though because of foul trouble. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have gotten.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have. I'm just saying, like, but no, they only had 3 guys though that played over 30 minutes. You had Cade, Tobias, and Beasley, which is a little weird for the playoffs, honestly, to me.
Well, the centers got into foul trouble, so neither of them could play, the big minutes, obviously, right? So that caused Duran's minutes to not. Like, if Duran wasn't in foul trouble, Tony, he's gets
always
30.
in foul trouble.
Always. And that's why I think probably the best plays are the cheap centers, to be honest. Like, if Stewart plays, I don't mind Stewart, because I think he's going to get extra run. And if he's out, do we like Paul Reed as a backup if Stewart's out?
You think he could actually miss?
I mean, I think he's actually hurt. Whether he plays hurt or not is up to how bad it is. Like, I think he got hurt and played through it in that game.
Yeah, I mean, if he's officially out, I think I would honestly like Ron Holland probably more, just because he's Stone Men 3K. I think that 3K price tag does a decent amount. And Paul Reed's 3,600. Again, I know it's only 600 difference, but I'm going to talk about it all playoffs. Like, sometimes that 500-600 makes a huge difference in your overall build.
Yeah, Duran was foul trouble. 26 minutes, it was foul trouble. I mean, he didn't play that good either, but it's just tough. Like, Cat's hard because you got to go out and guard him. You can't just sit back. Zach Edey got torched because all he did, Tony, was just drop in the paint the entire time. He couldn't play defense against that team.
He's going to play drop. He's got no chance besides drop.
Dude, he literally was just dropping in the paint. Like, before anything even happened, he was just camping down there. I was like, dude, this dude's going to get killed if he does this. In any series, teams are going to notice it. But, like, Cat would take advantage of that. You couldn't do that against Cat. And I think Duran is struggling because he has to get out there. He can't just kind of sag, and play Cat. Can't do that. So I think he struggles with stuff like that. I think a lot of centers will struggle with, Cat, obviously. But all right. So your favorite plays in this game, Tony, overall, who would they be if you had to rank them?
Definitely the cheap guys. I mean, Detroit side I struggle with, but like you said, I like the cheaper guys that played good. Schroeder and Tim Hardaway. I still don't love it, though. I like it. Don't love it. Beasley, I don't mind too at 53, but I don't like I don't like Cade, put it that way. And then the Knicks, I can't go with Cat and Brunson over the other game. If you're playing a bunch of teams, you can always just flip the build and hope one of them blows out too, which is a strategy. But the Knicks side, I honestly don't like anybody. Campaign at 3,400 is okay just because of price. Mitch Rob, okay, at 39. But I honestly don't. I like them to win the game, but I don't like anything fantasy-wise from them. As we get to the next game, I mean, the Nuggets, everybody makes fun of me, but one good thing is their rotation will be short. They will have a super short rotation.
Oh, yeah. Don't get into the Nuggets just yet because we'll get into them in a sec. But, the guys I like, I'm with you, are the cheap guys. Like from the Knicks, I still kind of like the Mitch Rob idea. I think he could have a decent game, so I'm not throwing him out of my pool. If Isaiah Stewart plays, I'll like him. If he's out, I'll like Paul Reed. Like I'll like the backup center for the Pistons, whoever that is. I don't mind Campaign. I think you miss the Campaign game, but he's always going to have a chance to be like a spark, Tony, right? Like if they're struggling offensively, he'll always have that chance to kind of do what he did. But I think I lean Mitch Rob. On the Detroit side, I like the shooters again. I like the shooters last slate, Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr. I like the shooters again this slate, and I like the backup big. Probably no Duran, no Tobias. I don't mind Cade. I agree with you. I think I prefer the studs in the later game. That's why I kind of like the role guys somewhat in the first game, especially from the Pistons side.
Like Cade in game 3, like when he's back home. I just
get him home. I agree with you. Get him.
Does
get
he
him
have
back home.
is he that guy? And I love Cade. I love them coming in.
I think
he
he
the
is
guy though yet where he can just go into MSG and win a game by himself.
Can I just say something though? It's his first playoff game. The switch between regular season and playoff basketball for Cade Cunningham, I think it hit him the most out of anyone on the floor. I think it hit Cade Cunningham the most going from regular season to playoff basketball. And I think we saw that in game 1. I think we might see it in game 2. You're right though. In game 3, give me Cade Cunningham. I'm on the train for the game 3 Cade because I think he figures it out by then. Because honestly, I still think Cade might be the best player in that series. I love Cade. I know you love Cade too.
I love his talent the most. I don't love him this year in this series the most.
That's
though.
fair.
But overall, absolutely, I love him the most.
All right, so
you got to have some growing pains in the NBA. You have to, you have to have a series.
That's what I'm saying, though. I think he had that in game 1 for sure.
I mean, how many people have come in right away and dominated in the playoff? I mean, there's been not many at all. Even Jordan didn't dominate in the beginning. LeBron 100%. Didn't dominate right away. Like it's just you got to learn.
All right, so let's get to game 2 here. Clippers in Denver. I'm going to let you kind of talk about these studs a little bit. I'm just going to get my dog some food real quick while you do that. So talk about the Clippers in Denver, man.
So the good thing about this series is, like I said, that I think the rotations are going to be thinner than most other series. Even the Clippers side, like they played Bogdan and Ben Simmons a little bit. Batum came in and made some shots. But the thing I'm going to like about this game always is these price tags. I mean, you got Chris Dunn, 3,800. He's going to be massive chalk, but he's the same price as some of those guys in the first game. Chris Dunn, I just don't see how you don't play him. I mean, he played what did he play the first game? He played 31 minutes. He was good, and he's only 3,800. Derek Jones played 24 minutes. He's only 3,200. Batum looked good, 24 minutes, 3,100. And then like Bogdan, if he gets hot or something, could catch run. Ben Simmons, if the matchup. I mean, these guys are all low to mid 3Ks, great plays. And then you got Harden, who's going to do everything. JSU likes Kawhi more than me. I don't love Kawhi, but he's going to play a ton. I like Zubac. I mean, even Norman Powell. I think Norman Powell's my least favorite play. And even he looks fair price. So, I mean, these Clippers price tags, every single player on the Clippers looks too cheap to me. All the way down the list. And that's not the case for the first game. I mean, Harden's 9,500. Cade Cunningham's 9,100. Harden's infinitely better. Every single guy on the Clippers, though, is a good price. Like, I could play 5 Clippers tonight. Easy. They are in just such good price points. Way better than the first game. So, I don't see how I'm not just hammering the second game, playing one or two guys from the first. So the Clippers, I like literally everyone. Harden's my favorite. All the cheapies are great. And then Denver, I mean, they're only going to play 7 guys. Pickett will play a little, but I wouldn't be shocked that when it gets push comes to shove, they're going to push Jokic and Jamal into the 40s, Gordon probably in the 40s, and then Braun in the 40s. And then whatever happens with Porter or Russ, Peyton, like they're going to pick up the rest, but you're going to get 40 minutes of Gordon, 40 minutes of Brown. I mean, these guys are good prices. Jamal's still not 8K. Jamal should be 9K in the playoffs. Jokic is too cheap, even though he's 11.5. What was JSU's imitation on me, making fun of me? He's only 11.5. That's too cheap for Jokic. Jokic playing 40-plus minutes. I mean, at 11 freaking 5, there's just no way. So even Peyton Watson, man, I think he will play a decent amount here. 3,500. This game's just – these are the 2-game slates where I should put in more teams than one just because of how obvious it is to me that you just full shove the second game. And that goes, even if both games are low scoring, which I think they could both be, I wouldn't be shocked if both games played under 100 both ways, which is pretty insane to say in this day and age. Because I think both games are going to lock up more and just play physical ball. So I don't know. I honestly, every single player in this game looks, except MPJ, definitely not MPJ. He's not underpriced with the way he looked, but every other player I think is underpriced in this game by a decent amount, which makes the slate incredible value because how many guys did we say were underpriced in the first game? Just the Detroit cheapies that suck. Like, I don't – the slate feels insanely obvious to me. So I'm curious to see how the ownership shakes out. Will the ownership go with what I think, or will it be more balanced?
Yeah, I feel like it always kind of balances out a little bit, but I think most people are going to agree the second game's probably better, right? Like just in general. That doesn't mean, though, that everyone's going to jam the second game. So there's a difference in those two thinkings, right? Like the way you're looking at jamming, I think might be different. Like if you're just going to make all your teams and you're only going to play 2 guys from game
one. I might only play one guy.
For one. Yeah, or one. That's how you get different. Like if you make
win all the money too. Like, say, what if the first game blows out? You're gonna win a lot of money.
And what if the first game blows out and the guys that get there are like the Marvin Bagley types, like the guys that no one really plays, but like a very small percentage of, like, and you somehow played them. You're gonna make a killing on that. So, the one thing I will say is, I definitely think Aaron Gordon is the best, like mid-tier Denver guy, like the 5 to 6K Denver guys. I think he's clearly the number one play, but like MPJ, I'm with you. I don't like even like Russ's price. So he got overtime too, Tony, right? So he got overtime 5.8. Are we certain he's the closer? Like 100%.
I'm 100% not certain, and there's no chance I'm playing Westbrook.
Yeah, that's kind of more my point too. I don't think I'm going to play. So I think I like Brown and Gordon the best in that mid tier.
I mean, those 4 are going to play 100%. Jokic, Jamal, AG, and Brown.
Well, yeah, because Brown and AG are playing for their defense. Murray and Jokic are obviously their 2 stars, so they're not playing. So then it just comes down to that 5th spot. Could MPJ come out and
hit MPJ makes shots? He's gonna. There's no way he gets benched. Well, he was horrible that game. That's another reason Westbrook did that.
Yeah.
I mean, MPJ played. Where's my stat thing at?
26 minutes, I think.
20 freaking. Where's the exact thing?
26.
He had 10 fantasy or 8 fantasy points in 26 minutes. I mean, that is embarrassing.
Yeah, 4 rebounds. Normally, he's a little more like active on the boards. He just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't his night.
That was another reason Denver stole that. I mean, if they get nothing from MPJ, they're not going to win many games. Like, they need something from him.
Yeah. And so maybe I should leave him in the pool. Maybe I should do the opposite.
It's tough, though. Yeah, It is a 2-gamer, though. It's a 2-gamer, and he could be the difference because there's no way he's owned. That's the flip side.
Well, the only reason why I'm saying it too is like, who in the 6K range do I love? Like, we didn't really talk apart. I think OG actually is decent at 6'8". I feel like that price tag, you could. I'm just thinking about like that range. It's like, who can I play on a 2-gamer? Like, if I fall in that range, who can I play? Is like OG. MPJ, yeah, probably
I mean,
OG.
you could be right of MPJ though, because man, he is going to be insanely low owned.
He's going to be so low owned. That's why I was like, might want to
And
take
it's not
a shot.
like he can't just hit shots.
And I got to play some guys. We just talked about how little there was from game one. So
unless you're literally just playing one team, then it's easy. But if you got multiple teams, you got to branch out a little bit.
Yeah, and I agree with you on like the cheap nut, like Jalen Pickett. I think he's more a showdown play because I'm assuming he's going to be min. So I think he's more like
playing. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he just. I mean, he's their 8th guy, so he's got to play at least a little. But I just don't.
No, but you know what I mean. Like in showdown, 4.5 might be enough on a Jokic build. You know what I mean? Like
I'm curious on those. So let's look at the showdown too.
He's got to be min or close to it.
I just think showdown's the biggest edge. I still like during our show, I got a text asking like, should I play mid-tier captains? It's like no. You should not.
No.
So, like, let's look. So, Pickett, this is always the key in showdown. So, the cheap guys like Peyton Watson, 4K, Dunn's 44, Simmons 34, Bogdan 3K. So, Derek Jones is 2,400, Batum is 2K. So, right away, you got 2 guys that are for sure going to play 2K and 2,400. Great values.
And by the way, those guys are better than like Bogdanovich, I think is not good for this series. Why? Because every time he was out there, they were hunting him on defense. So I think he's a bad play. I would much prefer Chris Dunn, but even Chris Dunn and Norman Powell, they lost run. They lost run to these vets, these Derek Jones, Nick Batum. They lost run to these guys, and it's like, why? Because, like Derek Jones is solid on both sides of the ball. Doesn't do too much. Same thing with Nick Batum. He hit some key shots. It's like, I know Chris Dunn's good for defense, but man, that guy, he played 31 minutes, Tony, and I think he scored 8 of his 10 points in the first 6 minutes of the game. Like literally did nothing after the first 6 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, like I can't believe he took 8 shots. Is that a
only
season high?
They were leaving him wide open like Westbrook.
No, but legit, like, is that a season high? He took 8 shots. Like, that's crazy. And they were all like early too, pretty much. But yeah, I kind of like the guys below them. For you said they're cheaper, right? Derek Jones and Nick Batum.
The slate, I know sometimes everything just comes clear at the right times. And I, for whatever reason, it's always the playoffs for us. But man, like you literally have, let me pull it back up. You have Derek Jones, 2,400 and Batum 2K and Pickett 1K. And again, like you said about Pickett, every time I build a player pool in Showdown, I leave a 1K guy in there no matter what, even if you don't think they'll play. But Pickett will at least play a little, and he's 1K. So you got your 2K guys. You got
like
your
you
1K
said, though.
guy.
If he doesn't play, you can win with a 0.
Easily.
It's happened before. Like it has happened. So
yeah.
So
I don't know what this means, Don. That's the problem I have in Showdown.
I think he's talking about the stud or the captain stud and value play.
I don't know what you mean, Don. I want to answer, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah, maybe he's saying like he struggles picking the right stud captain with the correct value play at the end. Maybe he's saying that.
I mean, the value play is the tough part for sure, but you just play the studs and then you just take your chances with the value guys. So like tonight, for example, let's just say you play Jokic captain. So Jokic captain, Harden, and let's just say you play Kawhi. I think I like Jamal better. You like Kawhi, but let's just say Kawhi because he's more expensive. So you play those 3, you still have, and people won't do this. You have 24.66. So let's just say you play Derek Jones and Batum, who I think fit this series really good. The last spot would be Bogdan, so like that build right there, I think will get duplicated a ton of times because you got the 3 studs,
Mhm.
and that's how it works. So that's why for me personally, like I would start with the 2 studs I like, Jokic and Harden. You can flip them too, like Harden to captain, then you get a little bit more
Yeah,
salary.
like these
But
are the builds we're trying to get away from, though, Don. Like the Braun captain, like
yeah, we're
those.
not ever doing that. Like so you got Jokic, Harden, and then the 2 value guys we love, Jones and Batum. You got 6,800 for your last 2 spots. Like I can
Yeah.
play Jamal Murray and Peyton Watson or Ben Simmons. I mean, you're just play the stud. Every day I'm going to say the same thing. Play the studs, captain. Rubio's going to go in there and disagree in the playbook because he's a donkey.
Yeah,
But
Rubio's
every single
Rubio's gonna
day, do it.
play. Rubio's gonna play Pickett in the
Yeah.
captain and jam
Play the
every other
studs
player around
every
it.
freaking day and just will the mid-tier win a couple? There's a lot of showdown slates the next 2 months. The mid-tier will win here and there, but overall, just play the freaking studs and the captain every single time.
We always talked about this too. Like even when the mid tier does win, the amount of fantasy points they normally have to still score to
Yeah.
get to that point is a really big amount. Like it's because they still got to pretty much outdo
Correct.
like the studs, which is hard. Like how many times do
Yeah.
you see Christian Braun come close to Jokic? Like not many. You know what I mean? It's just not many.
The
So
NBA Showdown is the easy. And what do we do for NFL Showdown? We love the mid-tier captains because it gets us studs
different.
up.
Right.
It's sport, but NBA Showdown is the most solved showdown of any of them, and people still just don't do it enough. I mean, yesterday's slate, all 3 of those studs were only like 60% owned, which is a lot, but it's not enough.
But to your point, though, also in NFL, I feel like we see more times we'll see random guys kind of score a big number randomly more than we do. Like I said, how many times do we see a random guy outscore Jokic? Like it just very rarely does very rarely does it happen.
I would love to see the stat in NBA Showdown where how many times is the leading scorer not in the winner type thing. So like if Jokic gets 75 tonight, how many times is he not the winner there? It can't be that.
How many times is he not the winner and the captain?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got to not be unless another stud goes off, but in that case it's still the same thing because you still got the studs. So like say Jokic gets 75, Harden gets 70. So Harden is probably the winner because he's a little cheaper. But you're still only like Christian Brown's never getting up in there. I don't know. You're on mute now or something. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. I would definitely. You should track this, Tony. This is something you could track here for the playoffs.
We'll
see if Jokic can get outdone by some of these random guys.
I mean, these slates tonight are the best though, because like, how many times is Jokic and Jamal not the leading scorers for them, and how many times is Harden and Kawhi not for them, and Zubac, the 5 of them? Yeah. Like, there's just it's going to be one of them. So you just eliminate so many teams.
Yep. So out of those guys, who's like is Jokic just like your obvious number one, or do you like a Clipper guy?
Honestly, just looking overall, Jamal, we said this all when they won the finals. Every time he's been healthy, his price is just wrong, man. Why is he 7,500?
I mean, because he's been bad.
But like he's too cheap, and he's going to play in the 40s.
Yeah, no, the minutes are. I'm just telling you why he's been playing bad, and
I don't even think people are going to like play him. Is it on top of it?
Yeah, that makes him a great play.
Just like I would play him over Jokic, even I think, if I had to only pick one.
Honestly, the more you talk about it, the more I'm like, man, I think the second, third, and fourth. I think I want to play those 3 guys and just jam Jokic in the flex.
Yeah.
Like I want to play Harden, Kawhi, and Murray and just jam Jokic in the flex.
Yeah, so like let's see what it does. So just out of curiosity, the cheapest stud of all would be Jamal. So go Jamal captain, Jamal, and then these 3. Let's see if it fits. You can't do all 4 of them. Is the only thing.
Not even with Jamal in there. You can't get him?
Yeah, it's a little bit short. But you still, with 3 studs, though, it doesn't matter.
So here's the thing, though. You just do, okay, I want at least one of Harden or Kawhi. You want one of the two studs at least.
Yeah,
You want at
definitely.
least one of Jokic
I
and
don't like
Murray.
Kawhi near as much as you, so my
No,
decisions
okay.
are easy.
But I know you, and you won't fade a stud.
No, not at all. I'm just going to
I know
project him
you.
lower than
Right.
Jamal.
But this happens all the time, and then you'll be like, Kawhi hit my main team somehow.
And he might
you're
tonight.
You're like,
he
how did
might.
he? You're like, how did he hit my main team? I don't even like him.
So if
And
he can only play 3 of
but
them.
this is the Rubio thing. He said this to you, and like yesterday, he didn't like Steph, but you were like, dude, you got to
you
play
don't
some
fade.
Steph. Like, you don't just fade Steph Curry, even if you don't like the matchup or the spot. It's like he's Steph Curry, and he's gonna play a shitload of minutes. Like, you can't fade that.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you're talking if you just say you play 3 of them on all of your teams, 3 of the 4, because that's basically what you can do. With what I'm saying to do, you can only play 3. That's 75. You can get 75% of all 4 of those guys. You're above the field with all of it. And obviously, it's not going to be exactly 75, all of them. But if I'm like 90 Jokic and I'm 60 or 50 Kawhi, I'm good with that. Even though I like Kawhi the least, I'm still going to project Kawhi good. I'm still going to project him fine. He's just going to be below the other 3, which is all that matters.
right? But you're still going to get a good amount of them. Is the point?
Yeah,
is my point back? Like, and that's with you not liking him. So, like, you know, obviously, if you like him,
and he probably will end up on the winner after we do this. It always happens where he'll be the winner. But we're saying to play him. I'm not saying. I'm just saying if I had to pick. Like you would put, so you got to pick 3 right now. I'm leaving Kawhi off. Who are you leaving off of your 4? Jamal?
Probably Jamal.
Yeah.
Probably Jamal. Yeah.
Which makes sense. I don't know, because there's just no way. Like, let's face it. If I'm playing one team, there's just literally no way I'm fading Jokic or Harden.
Right.
So, like,
now, if I'm playing multiple teams, I'm gonna rotate. Obviously,
which is easy. That's why I just play multiple teams. Like, just play 5 teams tonight or something, and just rotate them.
Which is what I might do. I might play 5 or 10 teams and just rotate the studs and stuff like that. Because I think there's enough value to where it's like, okay, I can get what I want and get a good piece of each of these guys.
It's such a good slate, though. It's such a good showdown slate, and it's a good 2-gamer. It's going to be a good night tonight.
Yeah, no, I think if you want to get the most ballsy, MPJ is like the guy that no one wants to play after that night. That could easily just pop off. You know what I mean? It's like he makes a bunch of shots. So
the interesting thing too in these builds with the 3 studs is you can fit him as the 4th guy and then go two punts with it. That's like an ultimate upside play because no one's going to do that. Literally no one. Because he's expensive. He's 7,400.
Are those 2 punts like 1K punts or just cheap?
You can fit one of the good guys. It'll have to be Pickett and one of the good guys, but still,
that's not a bad team at all. That's
especially with yours where you're not playing Jamal.
Right. But if I did play Jamal, that'd probably help.
If you played Kawhi, let me see if you got enough. Yeah, you actually don't have enough without Jamal. So
okay. Well, my issue with do we think Kawhi and if Kawhi and Harden are both on the winner, do we think they're on the winner in the captain? That's the thing. Like, can they both drop 50 plus?
That's the tough part. It would probably have to be a non-Jokic team.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
because if Jokic gets like in the 70s, chances are he's gonna be.
He's on the winner. Yeah, he's on the winner.
In the captain, too, because there's a lot of guys.
Because
like
if he does,
Gordon could crush tonight. There's a lot of mid-range guys.
I mean, I think AG, if you ask me who my favorite mid-range guy, I think it would be Aaron Gordon out of all the mid-range. But I think Porter gives you the most like leverage.
Let me see. One's gonna want to play him. Let's look at it again because I think people like the showdown angle. So let's say you wanted to play all 4 of those guys in the flex. This is what people do too. So you play Harden, Jokic, Kawhi, Jamal. So you'd have 2,400 for your last 2 spots, which would mean you could play. This is the Rubio move. So then you got, let's see if you can do it with, just say Batum. So you can't even do it with Batum. So you're still a little short, but I wonder if you could play Zubac instead of. So if you played Zubac instead of Kawhi, you could do it with those two cheapies. Like play Derek Jones and the captain and Batum and the. But so I mean that's the type of build people will play though, and that's the type of build like you're giving up so much in the captain by playing a cheap guy.
And those are the type of builds we're saying like we just never really play. It's just and people will play it just for that one.
And you got to score. So like one that sticks in my mind is just because we talked about it so much was that Boban one where he was cheap, but he had 30-point upside for cheap. Like you play Batum and Derek Jones, they don't have 30-point upside unless it's just a total just outlier where they just get a bunch of steals or something.
You're gonna have to run really pure to get 30 out of those guys.
When Jokic and Harden get 70, you're not winning without them in the captain.
I mean, let's be honest. Jokic had a bad game last time out, and he scored 67.
Yeah.
He had a bad game. Like, he shot 50% from the field in 46 minutes. Like,
yeah,
that's not a great game for him, at least. And he scored 67. So, I think we're on it with the showdown. Maybe some of the pieces we like a little bit more or less, but for the most part, this game's gonna crush. I think we both agree that this game is definitely the better game. Who do you have officially? Who do you have winning the games?
I mean, you can't put me on the record against my Nuggets.
So pick the Nuggets.
I'll still pick my Nuggets because I'm on the record.
All right. Pick your
I think
Nuggets.
It's a tough spot, though. I think this thing goes 7, and
I think the Clips.
I'll say this is a bigger game for the Clippers than the Nuggets, even though it's at the Nuggets.
Yes,
I think they kind of both keep splitting at home. I think then they'll go to Clippers. They'll both split. But if the Nuggets win tonight, the Clippers are definitely in trouble because I don't think the Clippers will win both at home for sure.
In a way, I feel like Detroit and the Clippers, the same thing happened to them. They both lost games they should have won.
Now they got to steal one the other way.
Now they got to steal one the other. It's just that the Clippers have, a veteran coach, veteran team, it's vets everywhere, right? Where the Pistons are a lot more younger and
big difference.
Stuff like that is a big difference.
I mean, the Clippers are like the teams in the West are just so much better than the teams.
They are so much better. Like
you would take, better.
I'm telling you would take every team. The 7th, the 6th, the 5th, you'd take them all over just about every team in the East.
Yep.
Maybe outside of Boston, the Cavs, maybe
the Cavs would be fine in the West, but the rest of them, no way.
That's what I'm saying. Like outside of Boston and Cleveland, you would take them against anybody, like legit. Yeah. Clippers are better than the Nuggets, top to bottom. That's Caleb got the Clippers over the
Clippers are better than a lot of teams top to bottom, though. That's their strength. Their third best player is Zubac. There's not many teams out there third best players that good.
And you can make the case that Zubac should be, the most improved player. I know he got the nod, but you can make the case that he was the guy. I don't. I think it should go to like a Ty Jerome or a Peyton Pritchard type, but. You can make the case that it was him. Dyson Daniels got 2 awards or nominated for 2 awards. I don't know if you saw that, Tony. He got like improved and defense, most improved and defense for finalists. Like he didn't get the award.
The improved for sure, isn't he?
I think it was him, Zubac, and Cade. I think
Cade was most improved.
I think, if I remember correctly.
That's always the weird part for me with some of these is how do you know who to include? Like, how was Cade in an award like that?
Yeah, no, the 6th man was Pritchard, Ty Jerome, and Malik Beasley. I think we're the 6th man. Defense was Evan Mobley, Dyson Daniels, and Draymond, which I know I'm in the minority here, but I always thought it was Dyson Daniels that should have won it, but whatever. Yeah, it's interesting. You take Draymond? Yeah.
It's a terrible example, but like I always try to picture, like if you're just playing basketball, who would I rather try to score on? I would much rather try to score on Dyson Daniels. Just I don't know. He gets a lot of steals, but like Draymond flat out. I mean, Draymond's guarding
I think
Şengün.
I think you would like the physicality that Draymond would actually bring.
Yeah, he's just and he guards like bigs, and he guards LeBron when they play. Like he guards different spots.
I mean,
Dyson
but
Daniels is awesome too on defense.
that's what I'm saying though. Like I think it's almost like they do this all the time with awards, where I feel like the best guy doesn't always win anyways.
Defensive Player of the Year. That's what you were saying.
No, he's not Defensive Player of the Year. It was Draymond, Dyson Daniels, and Evan Mobley were the Defensive Player of the Year. Zubac was
chair.
No, I think Zubac was most improved, if I remember correctly. Which I think he should be. Honestly, he was amazing this year. Like, when I think about it, like he was awesome. So, yeah, no, defense was Evan Mobley, Draymond, and Dyson. Wait, sixth man of the year? No, that's Malik Beasley. Yeah, Malik Beasley was sixth man of the year with Pritchard and Jerome. Yeah, so it was Malik Beasley sixth man of the year.
I lose my mind if Zubac was somehow Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, no, he was not Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he does good against Jokic, but still.
Evan Mobley was the third guy. So I think they got the three guys. You got Draymond, I got Dyson. Draymond's gonna win.
Just putting a big in that just blocks shots.
Well, that's what they always do. Normally.
I know, and I hate it.
That's what they always do.
I hate it. I freaking hate it.
Yep, that's all right. So yeah, the awards will be interesting to see who they give them out to. I think the sixth man has got to be like the closest. Like I think all those guys kind of deserve it in a way. So I think that's the hardest award to pick out of all of them. Like Pritchard, Jerome, Malik Beasley. Like who would you give that to, Tony? All three guys, their teams are in the playoffs.
They're all very similar too, honestly. Like as far as the roles.
That's what I'm saying. Like who would you give it to if you had to?
I mean, I would pick Ty Jerome, but I think it's like insanely close. I mean, Ty Jerome was amazing again yesterday. He's so good.
I would pick Peyton Pritchard, but I feel like it's the same thing.
Will probably win. There's a difference too who I think will win and who I would pick.
Well, that's funny because I'm the opposite. I think Ty Jerome will win, but I think Peyton Pritchard should win. But I honestly think they're the exact same.
Yeah,
like in a way.
Beasley's the same too. Like they're the same. I don't even know the odds either. So I'm assuming Pritchard's got to win, right?
I have no idea the odds. I thought Ty Jerome was the favorite. It could be Peyton Pritchard.
Man, we were opposite then. I thought for sure, just listening to the names in my head, I thought Pritchard would have to win.
Yeah, see, but some people like Malik carried the team. He was really good.
Can't win the award though. He can't.
I know Draymond's the favorite for his awards, like for the defense. I know he's the favorite by a decent amount. I don't know though who is the favorite.
I think they pull all the odds, so I couldn't find them.
Yeah, they got to be close. I'm telling you, that six man's got to be like the hardest one.
I agree. They're all the same player.
Yeah. Clutch. I forgot about this one. The Clutch Award.
Those three are up for Clutch.
Joker, Ant, and yeah.
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, yeah.
Yeah, it's a stupid award.
I mean, they're going to give the MVP to – this is what they're going to do. They're going to give the MVP to SGA, and they're going to give Clutch to Joker. That's what they're going to do. Clutch. That's what they're going to do. I'm telling you. I'm booking it right now. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, Pritchard was the favorite, but Ty come on and took over. Okay. That kind of makes sense if that was it. So Jalen Brunson should win Clutch. I mean, maybe he should, but
that's Beanair though. Beanair doesn't count talking about.
Oh yeah, he's a New Yorker. I forgot. He's a homer. He's like you when it comes to Jokic, but with Brunson. So that's fair. All right, Tony, favorite play before we get out of here on the day. We got to get all the content up later today. You'll be talking baseball later too, I think. So tons of content shows 5 p.m. Eastern time, baseball show later today. Hit the like button on the video too. But who's your top dog?
Who's my favorite? I can't just go with like Jokic. That's too stupid.
Yeah, you can't say that.
I wanted a sneaky one, but I do think Jamal, I'm looking at his ownership. It says 25% on a 2-gamer. So hold on, let me look at all the studs. Is he the
25%, huh?
So somehow Harden. So just by Saver again, I don't understand. So it's got Towns 27, Kate 37, Brunson 33, and then Harden and Jamal lower owned. I just don't I don't understand. I do think maybe the ownerships are going to move the other way because if it's really this easy and people are still playing the earlier game too, I feel like it's going to be an incredible night. But I'll just give my play Jamal because I think anytime he's under 8K, it's just a free square in the playoffs for me. I'm going to play him every time.
It's interesting, Tony. Like all the studs are lower in the second game besides Jokic.
I don't even Jokic. How on a 2-game slate? How is he going to be under 50%?
Yeah, it's just the price, I guess. People want to do less punting and
we're gonna get hot. We're gonna win all the freaking money. This slate's so easy.
Dude, the Harden layup line, I'm telling like every time he wanted to get a layup, it was just in the beginning of that game, he was getting layups. So it was crazy. I know he's good, but man, you can't give him layup after layup after layup. Like make him take tough 2s and 3s.
The part that pisses me off the most is when everyone just says Jokic is a bad defender. That's probably the thing that annoys me the most about Jokic.
What about that steal in the break where he was huffing and puffing, just boom, boom, boom down the lane, does the step, picks the ball up and lays it in. I'm like, man, how many big dudes like him do you see
0.
Get the steal, go pretty much the whole court, lay it in, without passing it to anyone? Normally you look for someone. He just went right down the floor.
That's what everyone says. Building better lineups without punting. This is why we win money in the playoffs. Everyone wants to build better lineups without punting.
Well, you know what it is, though? Everyone wants to build, those are safer lineups, right? Because you're getting guys that are, for sure going to play more minutes and stuff like that.
Lineups that don't get you to the workbench.
Again, though, that's the thing with the playoffs. You never know when games are going to blow out, right? When guys get hurt or banged up and other guys come in for you just never know with those situations. So, and we talk about it all the time. That's how you kind of catch it. So, yeah, you come in with the strategy. I think we got a good strategy. Heavy on the second game, light on the first game. Mainly values too.
Some of these slates too, because some slates are better than others. Other slates. I haven't looked at the schedule, but if we get a couple of those games from yesterday on 2 blowout slates, those are harder. These games, I don't know. You got to take advantage of these good slates.
Yeah, I mean, but those are also strategy slates, right? Because no one's going to play it like blowout.
Yeah.
So there's also a lot of strategy that goes into those slates. But yeah, so who is your play? Who are you giving Jamal?
I got to go Jamal if I got to pick one.
Okay. I mean, honestly,
2 games, so you pick
the guy I want to give is MPJ because no one's going to play.
I think it's a great tournament play, but people
have
to understand how bad of a play it technically is.
Yeah, no, it's like an actual bad play. He's not my and that's the thing too. He's not even my favorite play.
He could win you a lot of money tonight, though, which is all that matters.
He's just a play on a 2-game slate that is bad, but you also know could flip from game 1 to game 2.
No ownership.
Yeah, and Russ only gets 15, doesn't play the finishing run, and somehow MPJ is knocking down shots and gets the late run. And he's only 6K, Tony. 6K for it's. I want to say MPJ. That's the tournament play.
Man, get him in there.
I'm gonna play him on the 2-game slate here. I gotta go back to my boy Kawhi though. They're gonna lean on him and Harden. I also think
he's definitely our biggest disagreement. I don't like him at all in this series, and you love him.
You don't like him in this series. That's all right. That's okay. I'm gonna go back to him though.
I hope you make fun of me for winning with him tonight though.
Dude, I know it's going to happen. You're going to win with them. It's going to irritate. I'm always happy when you win, but it's going to irritate the shit out of me when you win with them.
Too.
Dude, if you win with them in the captain, I'm going to want a cut. I'm going to want a 5% cut if you win with them in the captain. All right, that's going to do it here for this show. We'll be back same time tomorrow. I think 3 games tomorrow too, so we get an extra game. So we'll have a little more to talk about.
The 3 is my favorite. I like the 2, but I like the 3.
I think 3 is like perfect. I like 3 a little more.
4 is even a little too much, I think. When you get to the playoffs, I don't love having 4. 3 is my number.
I also like 3 because you can cram it into like a night. Whereas 4, it's like all throughout the day. I love it, but it's like it's still a little long, like of a process, like all throughout the day. But I like the night stuff a little bit better. But yeah, let us know what you like with the show. If you like the showdown breakdowns, we can do a little bit more of that too. We're going to add the showdown stuff on the slate builder for some of you guys. So if we play, we'll have that content added to the slate builder. Check us out. RPS 15 gets you 15% off your first month or week over at runpuresports.com. Hit the like button on the video. As I said, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern for Big T and myself, JSU. Good luck in your contest. We're out of here. Peace.